What is up, WWE Breakdowns? We are Ryan and Mr. Filthy breaking down Monday Night Raw. I believe we are in May. It is the 5th of May. May the 5th be with you because the 4th happened yesterday, and I didn't get to say that to you guys. So, the 5th. We are in Omaha, Nebraska, starting off with Roman Reigns being a little prissy princess bitch with Adam Pearce crying about if Jacob Fatu and I don't like him and this is personal. And then Adam Pearce comes in with the hey bitch, I don't care. He's not even here yet. Go do something. Fuck off.
Then he gets approached by Seth Rollins when he's in Gorilla, and Seth's just like, "Yeah, just get out of my way. I have to go say something in the ring."
I have to go get abused. I'll be right back.
So yeah, as he's coming to the ring, he's attacked by none other than Braun Breaker. Because why not?
I'm liking this
I
feud. I can't even
mean,
lie. Like, I hated the Vision, so I'm happy to see them split and not be like the Judgment Day where they stuck around way too long.
yeah, I mean, it seems like they passed the tag team torch to Logan Paul and Austin Theory, which I'm not mad about because those are the
Right.
you know
And Reed's still
the
gone, and
both
he's always getting injured, so might as
yeah.
well.
And they're kind of like not as popular as the rest of them, and they kind of need that support. So it's good to see that they're using a team effectively and in the correct way.
Bro, I'm gonna say it.
Um,
Bronson Reed either needs to lose weight or change his wrestling style because he's going to injure himself over and over and over again until he has to quit.
what is he even injured with this time?
I don't know, but it's usually he does something off of a fucking second rope and he like tears something because he's fucking 500 pounds. Which is
Yeah,
like
I
to
mean,
be expected. That's why Vince McMahon told Big Show, as much people complain about it, not to do drop kicks off the top rope any fucking more, and not to do drop kicks in general, and to wrestle like a big man. Partially because he liked that style, but also I think because he had the brains to know when you're 700 pounds, like you are, which he's not obviously, but you know what I mean. To exaggerate, when you're a fucking monster, you break when you fall because you're not supposed to be jumping and taking serious impact.
yeah, he got a distal biceps tear on
Ah,
February 23rd.
how did
Um,
did they say how it happened exactly?
the injury occurred when Reed attempted to break a pinfall and landed awkwardly on his shoulder, immediately signaling. So it wasn't even anything he really did. It was just
Yep.
him just botching
But this
a
is what I
pinfall
mean. He
breakup.
needs to lose weight. You want to know why your shoulder and bicep get fucking destroyed when you just land slightly awkwardly? You're 500 pounds, dude. You're not a small guy. You either
Yeah,
have to
that
wrestle a little more careful or you gotta lose some weight.
let's see. It says recovery is 6 to 7 months expected,
Yup.
and we're in. That was in February, and
That's like
we're
not even three
in.
months from now. That's
Yeah.
like
So summer? No, not even. Oh, he wouldn't even
almost
be
by
better by
WrestleMania.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, almost by WrestleMania he'll be coming back.
By like yeah, like Survivor Series maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's got another what, 5 months basically, or 4 months, give or take.
Yeah, it happened in month two of the calendar year. We're in month five, so yeah, it's gonna be November, December time. Yeah,
Jesus, bro.
maybe even Royal Rumble. They like to do
Another
returns there.
another fucking year wasted with this guy.
It's just,
He's the fucking Kevin Durant of WWE right now.
it's not even. eh, It's hard to say because the Vision has all this potential, but they just keep getting injured.
The injuries really derailed the entire fucking thing. They at least caught it back with Bronson coming back, or I mean, Braun Breaker coming back so early. But Bronson Reed he's going to ever since he's joined the main roster, he's been injured.
Yeah, he got injured in the War Games match. Remember, he broke his ankle or something.
As soon as he was injured, because that wasn't that one of his like second or third matches or something like that at that point.
I think so. It wasn't far into it,
Like that was his
but
first like maybe 10 matches. He got injured and was out for half a year, and then he comes back, has almost no matches, In the one he finally has, he fucking gets injured immediately, just breaking up a pin. Not even doing anything, just breaking
You
a
can
pin.
actually, I remember actually seeing it. If you can actually go back and watch, and you can actually see the point where
Oh
he
god.
like did it. Yeah, I
That can be
remember.
good. You can, because when people break their bicep, I don't know if everybody knows this. When you tear your bicep, the bicep muscle shoots all the way up your arm because there's no longer anything attaching it to the lower part of your arm.
It was like when Liv hurt her, like she broke her elbow or whatever she
Ugh.
did. You like it happened like right as the match started. You can actually see like when she used her hands to break her fall. You can actually see the elbow like go up,
Oh,
like
I
where
hate
it's
that.
not. Like, yeah, like yeah.
Oh. Speaking
Anyway,
of broken
speaking,
elbows, completely off
yeah,
topic, but like to bring up an awesome moment when Alexa Bliss dislocated her elbow in that one match. When even and I thought that was real, bro. I didn't know she could do that. That has to be the best moment of just
yeah.
like tricking the audience basically.
What was it? She was like double jointed or something. It turned out, right?
Yeah,
Crazy. That's crazy.
that's it. It was sick.
Uh,
But on to the next
so
thing.
yeah, so we see the Judgment Day backstage since we're speaking of Liv here.
Or not Liv.
And she
I said
asked,
Alexa Bliss. Right when I said she did the elbow break.
"Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." We went to
Okay,
Alexa.
okay, okay.
Alexa, Liv. I don't know.
They're blonde, hot women. Same thing.
Yeah, it's fair.
Barbie equal Barbie.
Barbie is queen.
Anyway, Barbie number
Not to
two.
be. Yeah. So she asked Liv, asked Roxanne why she had to watch Netflix to see what Finn said, and Roxanne's like, "No, no, nothing's going on. I told him." She kind of tweaked what she said. She was like, "Oh, I told him to like get out of here," and like he left. And it's like, no, you kind of told him that they can't see you here. Then you told him to go, as if you were kind of giving him a little advice, like you were gonna, mess up the Judgment Day with him. But you didn't do that. You
Right.
didn't do that. So then we actually have Finn Balor and JD McDonough, or McDumass as I like to call him, but nevertheless.
JD McDickhead. Or Dick Munch. Dick Munch is much better.
McDigmund, yeah, that is actually much better. Um, so this match was actually pretty good. I do like that there's a storyline between them two, like them being friends before and everything.
Yeah.
But it ended awkward.
Ow, my head.
It was literally Roxanne hitting Finn with the ring bell hammer after Liv tossed it to her. I guess
Oh.
to prove her loyalty.
And just so everyone knows, Liv's heels definitely were a good choice. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys can go watch the clips yourself. She was stunning, and Roxanne in the cheetah print. I'm not usually a fan of the cheetah print, but or not. Yeah,
But on
yeah.
but on
Leopard cheetah,
Roxanne,
whatever.
it was good, huh?
Right.
Right.
These was looking especially beautiful today. That's all I can say.
So yeah, that was the first match. Then we saw the Vision backstage making fun of Joe Hendry. They were pinching their noses and trying to make their voices come out. I mean, is Joe Hendry's voice really that high pitched?
I don't. I've only seen him twice because I don't watch NXT or TNA or any of that. So I don't know.
I mean, from what I've heard him sing and stuff, it seems pretty. It seems like a regular man's voice.
I don't know. It's also Logan
Heyman's
Paul, so he's not very good at making any kind of like shit talk. His shit talk is,
yeah,
"I'm rich, you're not."
yeah, like when he was flipping out here, and he was like, "Oh, I'm singing songs about me. I can't have that." And he's just like, Heyman's like, "Well, you're not even fighting him because you'd get thrown in jail. So
Bro's
Austin
just,
Theory's gonna fight him."
bro was just
And he
full
was
shipping
like,
out.
"Okay." He really
Bro was
the
just
song
tweaking. He
is,
was just screaming for no
yeah.
reason.
The song's good, man. He gave you credit. He said that you were
Fire,
talented. He just
fire,
don't
Logan
like you.
Paul.
Like,
How does the song go again? Something about fire and Logan Paul.
yeah, he gave him credit though. I think we'll get, yeah, but I don't know. It's not. It wasn't bad. We'll get
I
to it
like
though.
the song. I want to fire Logan Paul. Let's make this a thing. Let's make it a hashtag.
We need to get this song on like iTunes or Google Music because I need to download this. Penta and Javon Evans versus Rusev and Ethan Page is next. Weird pairings. And Page and Rusev win because Ethan Page pinned Penta off a suplex. I don't like. I was listening. Like I don't watch NXT, right? But I was listening to the announcers, and they didn't say that this suplex had a move or like a name. It's just a suplex. It kind of reminded me of a Perfect Plex, but last I checked, Ethan Page isn't related to Mr. Perfect.
True.
So I don't know if we can call it that.
But Deuces aren't related to Shawn Michaels either, so.
True. Well, fair enough.
Or are they? Dun dun dun.
I don't know.
Shawn Michaels
Well, his real
was a slut.
Yeah, he did
He said I
did a lot of
fucked
things
everything.
back in the day.
At least once. If it had a hole.
I mean, the girl that he eventually settled down with was a good choice on his part, but he definitely did some stuff back in the day that I don't know you'd be proud of.
Good for her.
If you haven't seen Shawn Michaels' wife, like, yeah, look her up.
It must be for the money because honestly, I don't care. I'm not sleeping with that man after all the things he put his penis in.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't blame her either if it was.
But he is rich as shit, so fair enough.
Fair, yeah, it's fair. I mean,
being the most
maybe
marketable superstar in the 80s had to have made him rich.
Yeah, and then carrying that into the 90s by winning the WWE Championship and then DX and yeah, you were just.
Bro has been in every decade. Was he in the 80s? Did I go a little too far back?
He might not have been in the 80s
I
actually.
think he might have been just at the end of it if he was. Let me check.
And what was Shawn Michaels' debut? He might have been like late 80s.
Oh, no. Very much in
No.
the 80s. He debuted in 1984, so dead ass in the middle of it at the age of 19. Oh, this is at the NWA though, so I don't know if that counts. But he later followed his debut into WWE in 1984 October. So basically, in a span of like 4 days, he went to become a WWE or WWF at the time superstar.
Okay, so
Because he wrestled for NWA first, and then he went 4 days later to fucking WWE. Vince McMahon seen him or something probably and was like, God damn, give me that man.
Yeah, or NWA back in the day was like they're like, yeah, we have to get these people over here.
That was their NXT at the time, pretty much, just like NW or just like or OVW is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, right before that was all before FCW, which isn't even around anymore. By the way,
it's a long story. Anyway,
yeah,
Shawn Michaels.
Yes, Shawn Michaels.
Old as fuck.
Yeah,
every generation.
So another exciting one. Adam Pearce invites Sol Ruca down to the ring to sign a contract to become part of Raw. But before she can even sign it, Becky Lynch comes down, and she didn't even acknowledge Sol Ruca. She just went straight for Adam Pearce and was like, "You told me this was going to be my TV time to talk about how I'm the greatest because
didn't
all
he
these
basically
places
be like,
say
no,
it."
I didn't?
Yeah, and he was like, "No," and Sol Ruca was like, "Hey, I didn't expect you to be what everyone said about you, but it was true that you're a rude, big-headed bitch."
She said, everyone says it. Sports Illustrated said it. All the fans say it. My mom says it. Your dad says it.
And Becky was like, "And you are? Like, who are you?" And she's like, "I'm Sol Ruca, and if you interrupt me again, not only will I kick your ass, but I'll take your soul." And you know what? I'm not even mad at this. I actually like this. I'm not I don't know this Sol Ruca girl that well. I've seen her wrestle here and there, and she's good. This is just even better. She's good at promos too. This is great.
Right.
I love
I'm
this.
really happy that that's the case because I've unfortunately noticed a lot of new talent, and I say this with like respect to all of them. They suck at promos but are great in the ring, and I'm tired of seeing wrestlers that are great in the ring but fucking awful on the mic. Because it doesn't matter that you can look good in the ring, at least not to me. I know there's a bunch of fans that are like, basically probably because they watch AEW and they're used to shitty promos, but like, I just
It's
can't.
true.
I'm used to high quality promos because the WWE up until basically 2010 had the highest quality promo work ever, and it didn't matter how good they were in the ring to me because most of them sucked in the ring compared to now, if we're being real. But their promos
I'm
made me interested in the match so much so that it didn't matter how good you were.
I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people are probably gonna be offended by it. And I'm not saying this about every match because there was good matches, but back then promos were so good, and matches were terrible. Matches were shit.
Look at Stone Cold's career. Not a single time did he wrestle an actually good match, maybe, other than hardcore matches.
Yeah,
And that's
like I
because he was
said,
hitting them with shit over and over again and putting them through tables and crap. He's a terrible wrestler. He punches, he kicks, he punches, he kicks, and then
he does a
corner
stunner.
stunner, fucking
Yep.
finger gun, fucking elbow.
The
Eh.
Luthez press. Yep. Yeah, it's like, and I'm like I said, I'm not saying that every single match was terrible. There's good matches. It's just that the promos were just so much better.
This is what Stone Cold taught to fucking Kevin Owens. He basically was like, "Bro, look at my entire career as an example. I am terrible. I'm not bad. He wasn't bad in the ring. Let me say this in Steve's defense. When he was Mr. Perfect, he demonstrated he can be a very good technical wrestler. But then he didn't. That's not what he wanted to do. He didn't care about doing that because, again, you don't need to care about doing that." Unless you're a cruiserweight, you shouldn't even be worrying about your technical wrestling realistically because or unless you're trying to be Daniel Bryan or like Chris Benoit.
Oh, can we mention Chris Benoit?
I can do whatever I want. Chris Benoit, just because he became a horrible person doesn't make him not one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
No, you're right. It was just kind of a joke.
I
But
know, I know. But for one of the fans, if they hear this, I
yeah.
stand in defense of his career, not in defense of his actions. Fuck you guys if you got a problem with that.
Yeah, it's like, it goes like this. It's like, promos were good, matches were kind of terrible. And now we're getting into the realm. We were in the realm of good matches but terrible promo. Now we're kind of in the realm of like they're
Great
both kind of
matches,
good.
but like
Like
terrible build up and terrible promos.
yeah, but like some promos are good and the matches are also good, but then some promos are just not good.
From what I hear too, they're getting more freedom on the mic than before, but they're still not doing anything with it. I think it's probably because of Vince McMahon's era hurt the WWE so bad that people are afraid to cut promos like they did back in the day.
Yeah. Like obviously, Sol Ruka and Becky Lynch are gonna have a rivalry here, and this was a really good promo to open up a rivalry. Like
That's why I
normally
like
they
that they're doing this with like
yeah.
older, like people like Becky, not to call her old, but like legends like her, where they can say whatever they want, which allows the other person, the younger, newer talent, to get a little bit more out because then there's more room. Kind of like what Shawn Michaels did with a lot of talent. I feel like.
I'm not sure if this was my favorite part, but Becky went to go hit Sol Ruka, and she moved and she hit Pierce, and Pierce was pissed. He was mad. And I don't know. I mean, he had to know it was an accident, right? Like Becky just wanted
Nope.
to punch him in the face. Well, maybe not. You don't like Becky.
He said,
You
"I
really
know it's an
don't.
accident, but I don't care."
Then Soruka hit the soul snatcher on Becky, and I just have to like I said, that was just such a good promo, and I don't know if it was because Becky Lynch just flies off the handle and it's great, or if Soruka's just really good on the mic. I don't know,
She
but
was pretty
I
decent
enjoyed it.
for her first promo on like the main stage. Pretty good. I can't lie. She did seem a bit nervous. I can't say, but like that's to be expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's a big step up when you're in like the NXT arena, and then you come up here. You're like, holy crap! There's so many more people here,
Right.
and there's so many more people watching it. Like that there's just there's so many people. I don't know. Like I forget who it was. I was reading an article on somebody, and they were saying that they actually throw up before every match.
Pussy.
And I
No, I'm just
don't.
kidding.
Was it? Maybe it was Liv Morgan.
Oh, it makes sense. Yeah, she's a pussy. No, I'm just
I,
kidding. I'm joking.
I don't. I can't remember who it was, but yeah. Yeah. And
It's somebody.
we go back to people who don't throw up before they get in the ring, and that is the Usos. Maybe they did at one point, but they definitely don't anymore.
That guy's like
Uh,
Eminem from 8 Mile, just like fucking vomiting profusely in the bathroom.
so let me ask you a question: Are we supposed to like the Usos, or are we like universally, right? Like not as a projective, but like universally. Are we
In
supposed to
a,
like them, or are we
in a
supposed to hate them?
general in a general sense, like the New Day, I'll always like respect them as a tag team no matter what because it's the fucking Usos, just like it's the fucking New Day. Which crazy that they got released.
Bro, they asked for a release because they tried to cut their contract down and pay them less.
Damn.
TKO was like, "Oh, you guys are making," because they were actually locked in a contract until 2030, and then TKO met with them and was like, "Hey, we want to like reconstruct. You want to like configure your contract," and they were like, "Yeah, no, we're not taking that pay cut," and they walked out.
Yeah. They're like, you're dumb. We're legends, and we can go to AEW today and get a double that probably.
And then also JC Mateo and Tongaloa, like, okay, now we don't even have the MFT.
Wait, they released them too?
Yep.
I didn't fucking see that.
Yep. Tongaloa and JC Mateo also got released. JC Mateo, poor man, didn't even make it a year in the company.
They just started a feud with fucking Fatu and the MFT.
Yep. Now the
Bro,
only MFT members left is
WWE's fucked.
Tongaloa, and Solo. Well, that's the thing. It's TKO. It's not even WWE. TKO wants to make room for all these NXT people and celebrities, and they release people, and they don't think about it.
Bro, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Well, I guess this would have happened even if Vince stayed or not. People keep saying if Vince stayed, it wouldn't happen, but it's like no, because unless it was the deal with Saudi. But since he did take the deal with TKO, it would have happened either way.
Yeah, Vince was doing this before too. I remember, when the pandemic all first started, he was releasing people that should not have been released. Essentially. But yeah,
It's crazy work. I mean, I can't be too upset. I was literally saying they need to cut talent because the roster's too big right now for anything. But not the ones that were actively in, so they at least wait till they're out of their shit.
yeah, they're cutting people that are in storylines and that they just don't give a shit. And there's people to cut that aren't doing anything, and they refuse to cut them for some reason.
Yeah, I don't see this. I see WWE basically dying because of this shit.
TKO bought this company. It seems like in order to just ruin it.
Are they pulling a Vince McMahon with WCW right now?
I don't know. Maybe TKO only has UFC to fall back on, and they're spending too much money on that because they keep hiring people for that. Like I've seen all these new names sprout up, and I'm like, I don't even know who these people are.
That's the thing. UFC is gonna prosper for sure. That's a good model, but it's because Dana White copied what Vince did, and they seem to give him the freedom to do what the fuck he wants, and they need to start doing that with fucking WWE. Because how do you think it got to where it was? It wasn't because of TKO.
Yeah, because TKO was never there until what 20 was it 20? What year did he sell to them? 2018. was 2018. I don't know what year it was. Let's see. Okay, no, I was way off. September 12th, 2023 is when they bought it.
Damn, man, it feels way longer. Yeah.
With another, so they control 51%, and WWE shareholders actually only get 49%. So it's not good.
Is TKO
But
owned by The Rock or whatever? Or how does that work?
I don't know if The Rock owns it. I do know that The Rock is in like a higher management somehow now.
Right. Like, somehow. I don't understand how that even works.
Yeah, I don't, because TKO is sold by Endeavor, which is a whole different thing.
Well, fuck it. Let's get back to the fucking match, I
Yeah,
guess.
we saw the Usos backstage, and they were talking about that they aren't conflicted because they know that Roman Reigns can handle his business, and they keep saying it's family business, and it's like Fatu is also your family, dude. Like that doesn't make, you can't just keep saying that and using that as that doesn't make any sense.
I think that's what he means. Like, it's between us, is what he's saying. But you can't say that
Maybe,
when you're
but
actively doing what you're doing.
yeah, but when they say that, they seem to only round it out with Roman Reigns. So that's where I'm getting confused. But
They're racist, basically. They said he's from California. He's not from Florida. Fuck that guy.
yeah. Joe Hendry versus Austin Theory is up next, and this is when Hendry starts singing his song where he's like, "Fire, fire,"
Oh no,
or some shit like
it's
that.
Paul. Can we please fire Logan Paul?
Yes, yes, yes.
Paul. Can we fire Logan Paul? Yo, I got it. I gotta pull it up. I don't know if we'll get copy strike for it, but we gotta at least hear like 5 seconds of it. Paul, can we fire Logan Paul?
So Logan Paul completely has like an anxiety attack and is like, "You can't fire me because I'm the heart and soul of this company." Dude, you've been here like a couple years. You're not the heart and soul of this company. That was
That's me. No, I'm just kidding.
who always who always said they were the heart. Oh, that was Tommy Dreamer, but that was ECW. That's separate.
The heart and
I'm thinking
soul
of,
of WWE low-key feels like it was John Cena, and now it's dying.
do you know who it is now?
No one. That's why it's dying. That's why its heart's gone, bro.
So Theory's trying to hold back Logan Paul, and he tells him, excuse me, he tells him to handle it. And Austin Theory does a shit job. So shit job that Logan Paul has to attack Joe Hendry, causing a DQ. Hendry starts to fight back, but it's a 2-on-1 assault. So the Street Profits come down and they start beating up the Vision. Now, this is what, the third week in a row this has happened? And I think when they were going over the matches for Backlash on Saturday, I don't think this match was brought up.
I don't either.
And I need to know why. Because, like I said, this is like the third week that they did this. So clearly they're wanting something to happen.
But then they do the backstage segment where he's basically mad at them for helping.
True.
So it's confusing. The whole thing's confusing. You stay out of my way and we'll stay out of your way. Me.
Yeah.
I'm Seth Rollins and I'm a cranky bitch.
Yeah, Braun Breaker actually comes down and takes out the Street Profits, and as he's gonna spear Angela Dawkins, Seth
Roman
Rollins is
Reigns. No.
holding his foot. He almost said Roman Reigns. And a fight ensures between the two of them, and Breaker hits a spear after Ford hops over Seth and the turnbuckle to jump over and take everyone out that was fighting out there. And yeah, when they meet backstage, he's like, "Stay out my way.
They
Don't get in
basically
my way no
confront
more."
him, or well, I think they were at first trying to be like, "What's going on?" And then he's like, "Or we can't trust you after what you did with the Vision," and he's like, "You can't trust me."
He's like, "Why can't trust me either? So guess what? Just stay out my way. I'll stay out your way." Like, all right, relax, Seth, relax. Then we get a random promo from the Judgment Day backstage, where basically it was Raquel and Roxanne inviting Paige and Brie to Raw. Which, why do you have to invite them? The women's tag team champions are supposed to be on both shows regardless. But I guess not anymore. Um, Bailey and Lyra come up and challenge them to a match, and Liv's just like, "Nope, you're losers. You guys don't help each other. Bye."
That
All right,
ain't fair.
Liv. Yeah, I mean, she's not wrong. They don't. I mean,
Yo,
well,
poor
they have
Lyra. She
cheated the
got
past couple weeks to help each other win, haven't they?
Yo, poor Lyra. She got sucked into Bailey's fucking mid card vortex of doom.
I know, man. She was so promising being the first women's intercontinental champion and all that, and now she's just like there.
And she still had hype after her loss, but then she got stuck with Bailey.
She's not even winning the tag titles with Bailey.
Nope.
Poor Lyra. Man, she was so good. She was actually one of my favorites at one point, and
She's not bad on the mic either.
no, she's not. It's
Unlike
just
Bailey, who's just boring and feels every time she talks, it feels inauthentic. I feel like I'm watching like theater kids in school act for their first time. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and it's the Bailey effect. Happens to everybody.
Poor Lyra. And unfortunately, the same shit is happening with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I feel like at least they're closer to tag gold, fucking, than they're ever gonna be. But
Yeah, that is true. I think at this point, Charlotte and Alexa have just accepted that, like, we're never gonna be the single stars we once were, and now if we tried to, it's just not gonna work. I
right.
think it's still true, in my opinion, but
No, they definitely could go
whatever.
to it. They just need to get booked well, and I don't trust them to do that because they're not gonna. They're a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, speaking of guys that are good at singles matches, Ova Femi's Open Challenge is next, and it's answered by Akira Tozawa.
The man, the myth, the legend.
He's got Otis and Maxine with him in tow, and he steps in the ring. And I'll give him credit, man, because this guy got face to face with Obafemi, and then looked at him and was like, "No, never mind." But you know what? I don't know many people that would step in the ring and get in his face. So kudos to Tozawa for that. But because he shook his head no and walked away, Otis stepped in, and the crowd was excited, and I was excited. I think most people were excited.
Right. If you weren't, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't, I don't know. But I will tell you that Obafemi chucked Otis around like he was a small school child on the playground.
He is, what did they say, he was 350 pounds?
This man lifted 350 pounds up on his shoulders after getting him on the second rope because, as he pointed at his head saying, "I've got brain."
Did you, though?
That is actually how he was able to hit the fall from grace and he beat Otis. But I'll tell you what, that was probably harder than his match with Brock Lesnar from the looks of it.
Jeez. I did like, they did the classic, running back and forth at each other and shoulder checking each other, and then what is his name? Otis. He withstood a few blows. It was pretty good for him, at least. He got some offense off on him and whatnot, but ultimately, yeah, like you said, just got fucking walked after that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a complete squash, but pretty much close enough to it. We see Pierce and Reigns after this. What it looks like they're going over the contract. There was no audible dialogue. It was just them Roman Reigns just basically looked like he was just belittling Pierce, and Pierce just looked like he was done with his life. I don't know. I couldn't hear him. I mean, nobody could hear him.
Just gonna commit suicide in one day because of Roman Reigns after chilling with him for that long.
If Roman Reigns is the reason, can we blame him?
No.
Can we blame Roman Reigns? Io and Asuka are doing an interview at some random location, and it was half in Japanese and half in English. And I mean, we had subtitles, so I can't really complain too much.
I was so happy about that. I'm like, all right, word.
Yeah,
okay, if they're gonna do this, I'm watching anime basically.
The gist of it is Io tells Asuka that she don't want to fight, but Asuka's changed. Asuka says she's done, and at Backlash, she's cutting her out of her life for good. And then Asuka spits poison mist in her face.
Which was crazy. I was not expecting that. I was expecting a fight, but I was not expecting that.
And then Adam Pearce is like, "What is wrong with you? Give me a doctor over here." And Adam Pearce is going to give himself a heart attack if he keeps up this, man. I'm telling you.
He's the best.
Gets so angry. It's the greatest. This man got punched by Becky Lynch. It was screaming during an interview and was yelling at Roman Reigns like all night. Mans needs a break. And I wouldn't be mad if he took one. Well, I kind of would be because he wouldn't be on TV anymore. But I wouldn't be mad because his health.
Right.
So it appears that over the weekend at the AAA event, OG El Grande Americano got the Creed brothers to help him. And I am not mad at this because if you remember before this whole character was created, there was the whole, or the American Made, I think they were called.
Yeah, something like that.
Where it was Chad Gable, the Creed brothers, and Ivy Niles. So it's actually kind of good that they brought this back.
It is
Why
funny.
it took them 2 years to do it, I don't know. It is funny.
A clever way to do it.
And the fact that they were wearing masks tonight and had like a whole separate like separate names was kind of funny. They're actually called Los Americanos Hermanos. So basically the Los Americanos with Hermanos in the name.
Right.
So there actually is they called it a trios match, which is a 6-man tag. And it is OG El Grande with Los Americanos Hermanos versus the fake El Grande Americano with Los Americanos. I'm speaking so much Spanish right now, I don't even know what I'm saying.
He's bilingual. I'm so impressed.
El Grande throws his cape at the OG one, and everyone starts fighting. Eventually, the match gets under control. We had some clever spots between, I'm just going to call them Julius and Brutus because I don't remember what their names were under their new identities. So
right.
we're just going to stick with that. But yeah, we had some really good spots. It seemed like the crowd was booing the OG El Grande.
Right.
Or they weren't behind him 100%. I don't know. I'm confused. I thought we all liked the OG one. I don't know. I'm very confused. All I know is that exactly. All I know is that this is coming to a close on May 30th. Over in AAA, there's a mask versus mask match, and one of them is going to be unmasked. And I honestly don't know which one it's going to be. because I mean, let's be honest, they're both doing a pretty banger job, right?
Right. I think it's
I'm
gonna
not even.
be what do you call it? I feel like it's gonna be Chad Gable or OG
Yeah,
Americana.
yeah, I feel like that too. Just because I don't know, like I guess I mean the fake El Grande seems to be benefiting more. Like, he's got the whole plate and the mask, and like he's got all this other stuff. He had a whole group behind him. Like, come on, that's come on. Anyway, the OG El Grande and Los Americanos Hermanos win after the OG El Grande Americano prince Bravo Americano. Okay, that's over. So yeah, basically, American Made gets the victory over, the fake ones. I still don't know who Rayo and Bravo is. I heard it was Tyler B and Pete Dunne, but I don't know. It could be. I don't know. Anyway, Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring, and it's time for the contract signing. And Adam Pearce calls Fatu to come out also. And Roman is really, really angry that Jacob is using the Tonga death grip.
He's a little booty haired just a bit.
And he's also very mad that he's not getting the respect from Jacob that he expects.
He said, there needs to be a fucking line, man. Respect me.
And I'm just going to say it. In this promo, Roman Reigns sounded like a really whiny little bitch.
What does it mean? Fucking acknowledge me.
I mean, he did, right? Like, it's not just me, right? He's a really whiny bitch.
Yeah.
And then he's all up on his high horse, like, oh, the company wants me. They want to do business with me. They don't want to do business with anybody else. And you're beneath me, Jacob. And Jacob just attacks him. Just Tonga death grip over and over. Roman keeps fighting it off, but he keeps locking it back in tighter and tighter and tighter. And he meant to throw Roman through the table because Michael Cole was like, oh, Roman through the table, but he didn't actually go through the table. He just landed on the table. But still, it probably hurt, which is fun. But yeah, that was the end of Raw. Jacob Fatu getting the upper hand on Roman.
He went
as we go in.
He said, "You're disrespecting me, so now I'm about to beat your ass."
Facts. So as we go into Backlash with the 4 matches that are announced, I don't know why there's not more. I would say that if Jacob doesn't win, who's next? I don't really see. I mean, I don't know who would win.
I want to say Jacob because like he's the one who serves the most from it.
Yeah, I mean,
and Roman may not be willing to go to Saudi like you said, so they might want to take it off him for that.
I mean, Roman lied to us. He said he would see us all summer, and he's not going to do that. It's not happening.
Is there a reason why he doesn't want to go there, or he just doesn't?
I don't know. I just don't think he likes doing the overseas trips.
Is it because he's got the leukemias?
No, I think it's just because he likes to go home whenever the fuck he feels like it, and he can't do that if he's overseas.
And then he tries to be like, "Oh, I'm trying to be the best dad to my kids." I'm like, "Cool, I respect that." You know, I respect even more having the understanding enough to know that you should just fucking leave so other people can fucking do their thing.
Yeah,
since you want to be a dad.
If you want to, exactly. If you want to be a dad and you can't commit, then you really need to just step away because
it's like Tom Brady being like, "I don't want to play this season, coach. I want to go chill with my kids."
Is that why Tom Brady kept retiring and then coming out of retirement? Or was it just to make the covers of the video games? Because this man retired like 3 times, and every time he retired, he was the cover of the video game, and then he'd come back.
Nah, that was just some fucking WWE level shit because he just loved the game. He's like Ric Flair. He can't quit.
Yo, for real. Ric Flair actually reached out to WWE and asked to wrestle, and they were like, no.
Why the fuck would they let this 80-year-old man or something wrestle?
And he's like 88 now. It's crazy. And he's like, I'm sorry, but AEW should have been held like to some kind of regard, not to let this fucking man step in the ring. Like somebody, Ric Flair caretaker. I know that Ric Flair has one. His caretaker should have sued AEW just for allowing that match to even be thought of, let alone it happening.
Burr said, "Let me do it."
And now he's not even his son-in-law anymore. I mean, I don't even think I would have tagged my father-in-law in the match. I was just like, you stay there. I got this because I can't. You're gonna die. You know.
He said, "Worth it."
I mean, they all said Hulk Hogan was immortal, but I think it's actually Ric Flair. This man survived a plane crash. This man got suplexed off a ladder at like 68 years old.
Yeah, Ric Flair, as much as he is a psychopath, he's pretty much G.
Yeah. This dude wears an Apple Watch and a Rolex when he leaves his house. I mean, come on.
I fucking can't.
Come on.
Bro wears 2 watches. What a fucking retard.
I think he was on Stone Cold's podcast when people saw it. They were like, yo, this man he had an Apple Watch on his wrist, and then like a little below that, like on his forearm, he was wearing a Rolex. That, like, if that doesn't say I have money and I don't know how to use I don't know what does.
Hey, whatever floats his boat, I guess, right?
I guess so. What would you give the rating for Raw tonight?
I'm giving it honestly, I'll give it an 8. Everything felt pretty solid. I don't really think there was anything that was bad. Even the boring part, like, I guess if you want to call it that, which was like the Americanos thing, wasn't really boring. I was actually very like interested in that match. I guess if you want to call that the lowest point, but if the lowest point is pretty high, it's got to be a pretty good show.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that definitely was the lowest match I felt like, but like you said, I wasn't bored at any point really. It was a very good show. I was very invested. I had a lot of good moments. And of course, Javon Evans is always great to see in the ring. So him standing up to Rusev in the tag match was good.
No, that was actually. I was surprised they actually lost. I was expecting Penta and him to win.
Unfortunately, Ethan Page got the pin on Penta, and apparently that means that you get a title match. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But if you have anything else to add, sir, now would be the time, I think, to do so.
I'm pretty sure that's it. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you have any criticism, anything you would like to say to us at all, like in terms of disagreeing with our opinions about the match, maybe you think it was a fucking 4 and not a 7 or nowhere near any of it. It was a 0. It was fucking just garbage ass Raw. Kill it. Fucking send it off to pasture.
If you think that, I don't know how you did, because this was pretty solid. But like, you're entitled to your opinion, is what I'm trying to say.
And if you did, let us know what you think in the comment section. We will see you in the next one. Peace out.
Deuces.